I'm back again with the part 2 of AFMC interview and screening process. First of all, I'd like to wish a heartfelt thank you to everyone because the video I uploaded last time had took the most of efforts for me, been sharing a bit of personal information plus being restricted by the army constraints and still uploading such a video was like a leap of faith for me. Will this work, and would this video be catered to the audience it does account for? And thankfully the support it got was tremendous. My channel has been boosted because of that personal single video, and I am actually very grateful to each one of you who has watched that video, and even the older ones. So first of all, I'd like to very heartily thank all of you. Now, let's get to the point. We have discussed how I did the day 1 process and how I did the day 2 process. Day 2 process, I did not go much into the specifications because that is not personally needed for any one of us. I now will talk about the third day, which is generally not the case for many of the interview candidates, but it does come up if you think that you have been wrongly said as unfit, or you want yourself to be rechecked by a senior surgeon or a specialist. And that is how the third day commences. You are simply called for once again for the same medical process, and you are checked by a senior surgeon or some doctor in the same issue which you were facing. So now you last time will be checking by, say, by rank of X. Now the person checking you in the appeal day will be of rank a bit higher than X. I can't disclose the rank, of course, but yeah, generally it's that case only. Number 2 thing that we are going to discuss is, in the last video I told you why did I join AFMC, what was my personal motivation in joining AFMC. In this video I'll be talking about what should your personal motivation be if you want to join AFMC, and why should you even join AFMC, what are the pros and cons of joining AFMC. I'll tell you all the pros and all the cons bluntly in this video. So stay tuned for all these 2 topics. Okay, number 1, I'll continue with the topic of appeal day. Appeal day is like you have appealed for being wrongly said as unfit. They take a registration fee from you the second day itself of 40 rupees, and then you commence with the third day. You come up again for the medical examination test and you are rechecked on the grounds on which you were claimed as unfit. For example, I was claimed unfit, as I have told in the last video, for a right cervical rib in me. I have total of 25 bones in my rib cage according to the data. So I was called upon on the third day of appeal, and they checked me once again. They had taken an ultrasound of my neck area and my palm, wrist area. Simply saying, what did they check was if the bone was having any complications with my blood flow or my mobility. They took tests. I don't exactly know what the tests were, but they took some tests, and the higher post people, the doctors, they checked my reports, and at the end of the day I was declared fit. There were 20 or 30 or some of them who had appealed on my day. We all were having our own many reasons, like this was a cervical rib problem, somebody had a spine problem, some had an overgrowth spine bone, some had an undergrowth spine bone, some had overweight issues, some had braces issues, like they had to remove their braces on the second day because it didn't come, and they had to get rechecked on the dental part on the third day. These were the issues. Now this process is a bit tedious because that's not the current schedule, like it's not included in the mainstream schedule. It's an extra thing that's happening, so it may take time a bit more than these 2 days, but it does not make sure, it makes sure that the verdict given at the end of third day is not at all wrong, and they do not wanna make anyone unfit. They just cannot take the risk of letting a person who might get a few issue in the few years, and after that if he is not able to serve, he himself has to face some complications. So that is the reason they make unfit people. Like if they choose, for my cervical rib, I can give you that example, I have researched on that. if I had a cervical rib which was having any issue with my blood flow or my mobility. In the long run, when I'll be using guns or when I'll be moving a bit more than my body allows, it might give me some issues, and those issues might get drastically bad and they might cause the risk of my life. That is why I was declared unfit on the first day. You might say, why to declare unfit to anyone? They can take the risk on their own. But that's not how army works. Army has a strict protocol and that's how they follow. Now coming to the pros and cons of AFMC Pune. See, the pros are many, but the cons are also there. There are a few cons which are of more importance to people. That is why the cutoff goes this low. I agree that the cutoff is highly low. Like the cutoff, general cutoff of 2025 was for medical colleges 527 or something, and the cutoff for MBBS in AFMC Pune for boys was 535. So that's not of a much of a difference. It's a 5-7,000 rank shift. But I'll tell you the reason why does this happen. See, there are, number one, I'll tell you the pros. Pros are, you are an army doctor, not just a doctor. You are an army person also. Number two, you do not have to run for, oh my god, I am now in MBBS, now I have to start preparing for PG, I have to gain the competitional edge. I am secure in an army profession. I can sit and relax. I can enjoy the MBBS process. That is why I can study the MBBS process effectively. I don't have much tension about the PG because I have 4 years and I can prepare it easily for PG. Coming to the other pros, or what else can I think of? I am stress free right now because the things which people in civil colleges strive for and don't even get the good quality, I am getting that without my mind being even used. Everything is taken care of by the army persons, and that is the quality. Even civil can't match it any day. Like people, what do the people look for? Rooms, facility, food, good study. These are the basic things which you require in MBBS for a good, becoming a good doctor. The food, they have plenty of options, and it's army. The food won't be compromised because they prefer your health. So of course the food won't be any less than any area. Number two, study. If a person in army is not disciplined to come to take our classes, how could he be in the army? So of course every class is held with utmost interest and dedication by the teacher. And the third thing, PG. Yeah, the PG. People in other civil colleges don't get the hostel facility, that they can't go up and down from their home to college every now and then. It seems easy in the short term, like in the 1 to 2 month, but in the long run, for 5 years, you can't just go up down every day 2-3 hours in the travel run. It will hurt you badly because then you can't do any recreation or anything. AFMC has 100% hostel facility. No student is actually allowed to stay outside AFMC premises because they believe if you live outside, number one, you will be deviated from the army background. Number two, you don't have much time left because of the transportation. You can't spend time in other quality things, like you need to study, but also the recreation purposes. Like students of other civil colleges are traveling 2-3 hours. So in that time, and a person in army college is using this time to improve himself, to self-help himself, like he's playing sports, he's reading good books, he's doing other productive things. That is how I personally believe AFMC has all its pros. The cons. Number one, army is army. The strict schedule is rigorous, it's painful, it's devastating. I sleep 6 hours a day, 5 to 6 hours a day. In just 15 days, that's been my schedule. Number two, as you're in a hostel, for first time hosteliers, that's a pain, big pain. Like you need to do everything yourself, in which your parents, your mother, your father were helping you and they didn't even let you know. So now you'll realize the importance of your parents' help and what small efforts did they put in your life which they didn't even tell you about, and that made your life so much simpler. Because initially these tensions do cater up. Oh, I need to wash my clothes. Oh, I need to get myself ready. Oh, I need to iron my clothes on my own. You used to get these things on your own in the jiffy of your second. You didn't even wake up when the clothes were ready to be worn by you. Number 3, the service bond. The biggest thing which I can say a person thinks not joining AFMC for. You have to serve the army after doing MBBS. There are two procedures by which you serve the army. There are two commissions, what they say, which by you serve the army. Number one is long service commission, or they say permanent service commission. This is a bond sign of 20 years with the army, and it promises the army that you will serve the army for at least 20 years. Frankly speaking, a permanent commission means that you will dedicate your life to army profession. You will not be practicing in a private medical college and be earning lakhs and crores of rupees. But let me tell you, if you take a permanent service commission, it's a government job, that to an army one, I discussed in the last video. What else do you want? You want respect from money, you want freedom from money, you want people to look up to you from money. If all these three things are given to you by the army profession and they do not offer you the much money that you want, because majorly I am frankly speaking right now, they give you all the basic necessities to you and your family: house allowance, car allowance, life insurance, and all that. The things that you spend money on in your future life, they already provide you with that. So I personally feel whatever money they are providing is not the perks that they give, is not actually what they provide to us for serving the army. It's the allowances, the perks, but the things they allow to you. You get special cards, special entries in various places, all the allowance I have told you. These things, you get to research on topics which are not even allowed to be touched by the civil colleges. And army equipments, might tell you, are the best in any medical college whatsoever. And it is the only medical college in India apart from AIIMS Delhi that offers research clubs apart from first year MBBS. There is no other college which allows you to research on topics. I have seen very few colleges which allow such thing. Okay, now the second commission which they allow you is short service commission. In long service, you had to serve 20 years to the army, and in those 20 years, after completion of 4 years, you can apply for PG and start your PG course. So there is a 4-year working which you have to give before MBBS to PG transition you face in your life. There's a other commission, that is short service commission, that they call SSC. In this commission, you sign the bond of 7 years with the army, and after those 7 years of service, you can apply for PG and you are free to go for any civil college also. I personally, for myself, it could be changed for you, prefer the long service commission, because number one, 7 years bond, and after MBBS, I will do PG after that, and that too, if I do from a civil medical college, it would be a disaster of years for my life. If I had to take short service commission, I did not join up AFMC. I have joined AFMC for permanent service commission, because what I feel is I don't want to run away from this medical hospital to this medical hospital, being a salesperson, going from selling 10 profession operations there to 10 professional operations there. I don't want to do that. I want to work with honesty, with dignity, and to the best. I want to serve the country, and by civil purposes also I can serve, but that takes up a bit of quite a hassle. The army is better for me. That's what I feel. That is why I joined army. So what I want to emphasize on is, please think about the pros, the cons, the everything. The one more con, because of which many people have left AFMC after joining because they feel, number one, homesick. That's like pretty normal to feel. I also felt homesick. Number two, which was the main reason, because people get overwhelmed by the fact that after every 2-3 years they might have to shift their places because of different postings, and some postings might be hell hard, like Siachen, Jammu Kashmir border, China India border. That are the things. These postings might be hell hard. But those people who feel that these are not hard, and even though they're adventurous, are like minded like me, and they are welcome to AFMC. If you feel you cannot give it into AFMC, please do not join, because they just take up the best of the best and make them even better than that. So please join only and only if you are willing from the heart and the soul to work for the army. And also, one fact that I'll be sharing is the next video is also going to be on the AFMC. I am pretty much excited to share some information with you. I have 2 videos lined up. I'll share them in the order you ask me. Number one is my journey from my home to AFMC. The 2 transitions. One time from interview day purposes, and the second time from the final merit list confirmation purposes, like the time when I joined college. And number 2 video is my first outing with my batchmates from AFMC. We were not allowed initially to leave the AFMC premises so that we get accustomed and used to this. Only people with local guardians from Pune were allowed to leave on some given days. But a recent day, we were allowed to go out and chill with our friends. We went out as a group. So if you're interested in any of these videos, comment down below the name of these videos and I'll surely make it up. I had uploaded on my Telegram channel that I'll be uploading this video on Saturday. I had given the choice of Saturday and Sunday, and people chose there as Saturday. Your wish is my command. Here I present you with the video. So that's how I am interacting with you. If you want to get updates about NEET related purposes, about how did I prepare and everything, you can check out my Telegram channel also. I have uploaded a huge amount of data there. It's gonna really help you. With that, I like to end the video today and see you in the next one. Waiting for the other 2 topics. Have a good day.